I'm greeting you from beautiful Boca Raton, Florida, from the laboratory of Doghouse Digital Media, where my friend Les, who's our video guru, has graciously accepted to do a video to give you an update. We're here. We left Haiti about 3 weeks ago for a break and to buy some material and a motor and to get some manufacturing going on an irrigation pump for a place called Paulin-la-Corne. The last 4 months that we've been in Haiti have been probably the hardest 4 months that we've had. We've got people that are trying to take our house. They're trying to take the land in our mission station. They've run Sadrach out of his house. Sadrach's the engineer that works with us. They took over the mission-owned house that he used by force, and they went in and they stole everything from his wife's undergarments to every spoon and fork in the kitchen, and went and probably sold it or whatever. And the people that are doing this, one of them was the Attorney General for our area. The government has since fired him with cause. And another one is the Assistant Attorney General in another part of the country. And when she came with police and was threatening me and said that she's going to kill me and take the house and do all these things. We think that some of that is starting to get resolved, and the government of Haiti is taking a dim view of this. They were out, the mayor was out, and he's like the governor of our area. The new Attorney General was out, and they said they are not real happy with what's going on. So we think that there's some progress there. We hope that there's some progress there, but it's been very, very straining on us and very stressful. We're also working on an irrigation project. We would have left and just let things get straightened out, but the irrigation work right now is so important. With the price of food going up so fast, the people in Haiti are looking at famine. People in Africa and Haiti, in places where they already spend all the money they have for food, when the price of food goes up 50% or 100%, they don't have that disposable income to not take as nice a vacation or not buy a new car or whatever. They don't have the extra money to pay for this. So something has to give. The only way out is to grow more food locally. We just got one 10-inch pump from our friends at MWI, Moving Water Industries here in Boca. We just got that pump online, and it helps maybe 100 farm families to be able to grow food. They pump the water out of the river and grow food. And we're working at a number of other locations. One place I was here, we ordered the motor, a replacement motor. The motor hasn't worked on their pump since, for 10 years. And we knew exactly the motor that we needed to order. We ordered it in September. It just came in. So we have this motor you can see in the picture. I went to the place. I said, you need to get everything on this motor and run it here so that when we get to Haiti, we're going to put a battery and a drum of fuel on it, and we're going to start this thing. So they started the motor and got all the accessories and everything all ready to go. And then we're working with the people at Moving Water Industries to have a pump manufactured, a 16-inch pump. It's going to be the biggest pump on this river, and it's supposed to move 7,000 gallons of water a minute. Meanwhile, back in Haiti, the guys are working on the irrigation canal that's going to connect where we're going to put this pump in the river and the existing irrigation canals. There's miles of canal, and the problem is they can't get the water 25 feet out of the river into this canal. We thought we were going to have to make a very difficult, what they call a sump, but a place to put your intake for your pump in the river. And Sadrach discovered this masonry structure in the river. Well, in swimming around on the side of that thing, seeing if it was solid and whatnot, we found a tunnel, and the tunnel goes through the masonry. And we think it was done during the marine occupation 100 or more years ago. And when we talked to the hydraulic engineer about this tunnel, we said, is this tunnel big enough to get our 7,000 gallons a minute through? He said, well, yes, but he said your tunnel might not be long enough because the flow isn't going to be right unless the tunnel is 5 times longer than the width. So he said your tunnel needs to be 11 feet long at least. He said 10 I could do with, 12 would be optimum, but we need a tunnel that's 11, 12 feet long. So we finally dug it out, uncovered the entire thing, and measured the tunnel 12 feet 4 inches. So the engineers 100 years ago and the engineers that we have are using the same hydraulic standards, and so it's really good. It's going to save us a lot of work. We're under the gun. There's a lot of stress. I've been losing a lot of sleep at nights because there's a lot of pressure with this project. We're in a consortium, and when you have a committee and a lot of people doing things is when things really get messed up. So the first 2.5 years, nothing got done. So they're trying to do 3 or 4 years of infrastructure work in the last year, and it's all falling on us. And it's a lot of pressure. And we would tell them to go jump in the lake, but the problem is the people need the irrigation. They need to be able to grow food. So if we don't do this, you know, nobody's going to do it. So we're working there. We're working in a place called Trou-Lambert, where somebody put in a dam to divert water into this lake, and so that the lake could be filled up and used for irrigation. So they built the dam, and the water went around the side of the dam, and the canal from the dam went uphill instead of downhill. And we looked at it and we said, you know, we thought water's supposed to go downhill. And so we made the dam all the way across the ravine. We raised it up a little bit. We reversed the slope and made the canal go downhill. And gosh, all of a sudden the lake has water and people are growing food. So everybody's amazed, and we're excited about it. And we're working at some of these locations to put pump irrigation in and to put gravity irrigation. We're also working at a place called Morne-Chrétien. Their water system comes down from the mountains. They haven't had water from this water system since 2016. We finally got the pipe to get to work on this thing, and they had 400 people there. And the pastor told me there were some communities, he told them, just don't come right now because we'll have too many people. They had 400 people. They were hauling sand and whatever we needed to haul down there. The guys are working on chiseling a canal through the rock, just like we did at Lac Coma, to get across the river. You chisel it in the rock, you pour the pipe, you put the pipe in the canal in the rock, you cover it with reinforced concrete, flush with the bottom of the river, so when the boulders are rolling down the river in floods, they roll right over the top, and it doesn't damage the pipe. So we're working on that. We're working on schools at 2 locations when we can, but because of the hunger situation, the priority is the irrigation. But we're still trying to finish these 2 schools that we're doing. We have some places where we've started working on church construction. That's on hold right now because of the irrigation. And we're just trying to do what we can. The situation is very, very serious in Haiti because of the price of food continuing to go up. The price of fuel is going up. Diesel fuel is very, very hard to get at any price. And gasoline is a little easier to get, but still not easy. So the guys are having to hustle to get fuel to keep working, but they're working. And we're trying to get these things done so that there's some relief for the people. The security situation in Haiti is still not good. The police are making some effort in some places, and they've either killed or captured a lot of bad guys, but there's still a lot of them out there. The seminary campus has been occupied by gangs for 2 years. They're in a different location across town, but it's starting to permeate all of Port-au-Prince. So the situation is not good. We're not able to have teams, and the people that come to help us, when we go in, we have a certain procedure and a certain way and a certain place to get in, and then we fly up. We've started using a more remote airstrip to stay under the radar screen, and as far as we know where we are, because things are starting to get straightened out with the people taking the land, we think we're okay, and we think we can continue working. We're hoping to go back in July and keep on going, or I go back in July and Deb stays here in Boca Raton. But we're hoping to keep working and to get these irrigation things online as quick as possible because of the situation with food and famine that's coming. Thank you for your faithful support. Thank you for your prayers. Some of you have been praying for us during these difficult times with the people trying to take the land, and with the security situation in Haiti and with the stress of these projects. We really, really need your prayer these days. We appreciate you. We appreciate that you're with us, that you're following us, and that you're part of the work with us. Thank you.